Another day, another story. On March 11, 2004, 193 people are killed and nearly 2,000 are injured when 10 bombs explode on 4 trains in 3 Madrid area train stations during a busy morning rush hour. The bombs were later found to have been detonated by mobile phones. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. The attacks, the deadliest against civilians on European soil since the 1988 Lockerbie airplane bombing, were initially suspected to be the work of the Basque separatist militant group ETA. This was soon proved incorrect as evidence mounted against an extreme Islamist militant group loosely tied to, but thought to be working in the name of, Al-Qaeda. Investigators believe that all of the blasts were caused by improvised explosive devices that were packed in backpacks and brought aboard the trains. The terrorists seem to have targeted Madrid's Atocha station, at or near which 7 of the bombs were detonated. The other bombs were detonated aboard trains near the El Pozo del Tío Raimundo and Santa Eugenia stations, most likely because of delays in the train's journeys on their way to Atocha. 3 other bombs did not detonate as planned and were later found intact. Many in Spain and around the world saw the attacks as retaliation for Spain's participation in the war in Iraq, where about 1,400 Spanish soldiers were stationed at the time. The attacks took place 2 days before a major Spanish election, in which anti-war socialists swept to power. The new government, led by Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, removed Spanish troops from Iraq, with the last leaving the country in May 2004. A second bombing, of a track of the high-speed Avenue train, was attempted on April 2, but was unsuccessful. The next day, Spanish police linked the occupants of an apartment in Leganés, south of Madrid, to the attacks. In the ensuing raid, 7 suspects killed themselves and 1 Spanish Special Forces agent by setting off bombs in the apartment to avoid capture by the authorities. 1 other bomber is believed to have been killed in the train bombings and 29 were arrested. After a 5-month-long trial in 2007, 21 people were convicted, although 5 of them, including Rabeh Osman, the alleged ringleader, were later acquitted. In memory of the victims of the March 11 bombings, a memorial forest of olive and cypress trees was planted at the El Retiro Park in Madrid, near the Atocha railway station. Echoes of Madrid. In the heart of Madrid, where the city's pulse beat strongest, Maria found solace in the rhythm of the trains. Each morning, she boarded the same commuter train, her routine a comforting certainty in a world often marked by chaos. Little did she know that one fateful day would shatter this tranquility. On the morning of March 11, 2004, the sun kissed the city awake, casting a golden glow upon the platform. Maria, like countless others, boarded the train with a smile, her mind occupied with the day ahead. Unbeknownst to her, shadows of terror lurked in the corners of the carriage. As the train rattled along the tracks, a sudden explosion shattered the calm. Panic spread like wildfire through the compartments. Maria clung to a handrail, her heart pounding in her chest. Smoke billowed, and cries of fear mingled with sirens in the distance. In the midst of chaos, ordinary individuals became heroes. Strangers embraced strangers, offering comfort amidst the terror. Among the survivors, Maria found herself sitting next to a man named Javier. His calm demeanor and reassuring words provided a lifeline amidst the madness. Together, they helped others, forging bonds in the crucible of disaster. In the days that followed, the city mourned. The once vibrant streets were veiled in sorrow. Maria and Javier, survivors bound by shared trauma, found strength in each other. They became advocates for peace, their voices rising above the cacophony of fear. Their love story, born from the ashes of tragedy, became a beacon of hope for a grieving nation. Years passed, and the wounds slowly healed. Maria and Javier's love endured, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They dedicated their lives to fostering understanding and unity, ensuring that the echoes of Madrid served as a reminder of the importance of compassion and solidarity in the face of adversity. Shadows of resilience. In the heart of Madrid, where bustling streets met historic architecture, Sofia, a young journalist, embarked on her daily commute, her thoughts consumed by the stories she sought to uncover. The morning of March 11, 2004, started like any other. Little did she know that the day would etch a profound mark on her life. Amidst the chaos of the bombings, Sofia found herself helping a disoriented elderly woman named Isabella. Together, they navigated the smoke-filled train station, their bond forming amidst the sirens and screams. In the days following the attack, Sofia became determined to tell the stories of resilience that emerged from the tragedy. She began visiting survivors, hearing their tales of bravery and recovery. One such story was that of Carlos, a musician who had lost his sight in the attack but found solace in his music. Through his melodies, he expressed the pain and hope of a city healing from its wounds. Moved by his story, Sofia decided to document his journey, capturing the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. As Sofia delved deeper into the lives of the survivors, she uncovered a network of support that had emerged organically from the tragedy. Families of victims and survivors came together, forming a tight-knit community that offered solace and understanding. Among them was Eduardo, a father who had lost his daughter in the bombings. Instead of succumbing to grief, he founded a foundation in her name, providing scholarships to underprivileged children in the city. Inspired by these stories, Sofia penned a series of articles that resonated with readers across the nation. The stories of resilience, compassion, and unity became a source of inspiration for others facing adversity. Years later, Sofia's collection of stories was published as a book, titled Shadows of Resilience. The book became a bestseller, its pages filled with the strength of the human spirit and the power of community. The survivors, including Isabella, Carlos, and Eduardo, found solace in knowing that their experiences had become a beacon of hope for others. Shadows of Resilience not only immortalized the events of March 11, 2004, but also became a testament to the indomitable spirit of a city that refused to be defined by tragedy. In the face of darkness, Madrid had found its light, illuminating the path toward healing, understanding, and above all, resilience. Threads of compassion. In the vibrant heart of Madrid, where laughter echoed through cafes and music filled the air, Marta, a dedicated nurse, began her day with a sense of purpose. Little did she know that her skills would be tested in ways she could never have imagined. On the morning of March 11, 2004, Marta was on duty at a local hospital when the wounded from the train bombings started to pour in. The emergency room became a battleground of life and death, where doctors and nurses fought valiantly against time to save as many lives as they could. Amidst the chaos, Marta met Elena, a young girl whose family had been torn apart by the blasts. Elena's parents were among the victims, leaving her orphaned and traumatized. Marta, compassionate and determined, took Elena under her wing. In the following weeks, as Madrid mourned, a unique bond formed between them. Marta's nurturing presence became a guiding light in Elena's darkened world. As the city struggled to heal, Marta and Elena embarked on a mission of compassion. They started volunteering at a local community center, offering support to other survivors. Together, they found strength in helping others navigate the labyrinth of grief. One person they helped was Alejandro, a survivor who had lost his mobility in the attack. With Marta's encouragement, he discovered a talent for painting, using his art to convey the resilience of the human spirit. In the midst of tragedy, a support network emerged. Families who had lost loved ones found solace in the company of others who shared their pain. Marta, Elena, and Alejandro became the pillars of this community, weaving a tapestry of healing and hope. Their shared experiences transformed their lives, teaching them the value of empathy and the importance of human connection. Years passed, and the scars of that fateful day remained, but so did the legacy of compassion. Marta, Elena, and Alejandro continued their work, turning their grief into a force for good. They established a foundation in memory of the victims, providing counseling and assistance to those affected by terrorism. Threads of Compassion, a documentary highlighting their journey, inspired people worldwide. Their story became a beacon of hope, proving that even in the face of the darkest times, kindness and empathy could prevail, stitching together the shattered pieces of a community and weaving them into a tapestry of resilience. The Symphony of Solidarity. In the heart of Madrid, where the echoes of history danced with the vibrancy of modern life, lived Antonio, a renowned conductor whose music could mend even the most broken souls. On that ill-fated morning of March 11, 2004, Antonio was traveling to a rehearsal, scores of classical compositions tucked under his arm. When the first bomb went off, chaos erupted inside the train. Amidst the turmoil, Antonio found himself sitting next to a young man named Miguel, clutching his violin case like a lifeline. Their eyes met, and without a word, Antonio understood the power of music to heal wounds that couldn't be seen. In the days following the tragedy, Antonio gathered musicians from different backgrounds, each carrying their own scars. Among them was Elena, a pianist who had lost her sister in the bombings. Together, they formed an orchestra of resilience, determined to use their music as a balm for the city's wounded soul. Their rehearsals became a sanctuary, a place where survivors could channel their grief and anger into something beautiful. The music they created was a testament to the human spirit, a symphony of solidarity that resonated through the city. They decided to hold a benefit concert, dedicating the proceeds to the families affected by the attacks. As news of their endeavor spread, the community rallied behind them. People donated instruments, concert halls offered their spaces, and volunteers came forward to help organize the event. The concert night arrived, and the air was charged with anticipation. The orchestra, now known as the Symphony of Solidarity, took the stage, led by Antonio's steady hand and Miguel's poignant violin. The music that filled the concert hall that night was more than just notes and melodies. It was a cathartic experience. Tears flowed freely, but they were tears of healing. The audience, comprised of survivors, families, and supporters, found solace in the music, a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, beauty and unity could emerge. The concert's success inspired the Symphony of Solidarity to continue their mission. They started music therapy programs for trauma survivors, reaching out to schools and community centers. Through their art, they taught others to transform pain into something transformative, proving that the human spirit, like music, could transcend even the deepest sorrows. And so, in the heart of Madrid, amidst the echoes of tragedy, a symphony of resilience played on, reminding the world that out of despair could rise the most beautiful harmonies of hope and togetherness. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.